Oh, then we're good, yeah.
Yeah, the first when I went to the thing, I got it.
Yeah, that's fine. I can do you already on the phone.
Why are the banks closed tomorrow? Juneteenth.
I want y'all to hold on. What up, y'all? This is the real Big Boss Cal from 83. And I want y'all to understand, this is the Auto Care Center out in Wilson, North Carolina. I'm about 90 minutes going east, and it's going towards 95. So I haven't, even though I have lived in North Carolina, since 2007, and then was on. Then I lived out in Florida for a little bit. I want y'all to understand about the history of. This is not just in the South. This is not just in the South, and I'm gonna play the audio right now.
Oh, then we're good, yeah.
Yeah, the first when I went to the thing, I got it.
Yeah, that's fine. I can do you already on the phone.
Why are the banks closed tomorrow?
Juneteenth.
New holiday they do. Okie dokie then.
I know, right? My fucking truck. Pull my truck around, please. Pull my truck around and give me my keys to my truck. I don't want this to them. Please go get my truck. Thank you. Is it this one right here? Yeah, no, it's a Berkeley problem. Which one?
We said Juneteenth was a holiday tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm not. Like,
We got that done.
here.
He has one of the banks proposed for the Juneteenth.
Thank you. I don't even know what is Juneteenth.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody really knows, but I think it's something to do with reparations or something.
Yeah.
Apologizing after one of his employees' comments about Juneteenth has sparked backlash. The incident was also caught on camera. It led to one customer walking out and demanding her car back. WRAL's Flynn Snyder talked with the shop owner about what happened.
It started Wednesday when a customer in the waiting area at Synergy Auto Care asks,
Why are the banks closed tomorrow?
an employee behind the desk replies,
Juneteenth. New holiday they do.
leading to this comment from the customer.
Okie dokie then.
That's when another employee says,
I know, right?
immediately, a black woman sitting in the waiting area starts to walk out, appearing upset over the exchange.
Yep. Now I will say this: I respect the sister for having the pride to not take the disrespect, because this shows you who they are. Like I said, and people say, well, that's just how it is in North Carolina. North Carolina is very racist. And guess what? And I can tell you, if it doesn't happen, y'all got to stop thinking that racism just happens in the South, or it happens in the Carolinas. It happens out in Florida. It happens out in Alabama, Georgia, all the way out to Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi. Y'all got to understand, this happens across the board. It happens out in places that are considered melting states, like California, New York, that are melting pots. It happens out there. All your states that are considered blue, they're very racist too. I would argue that they're more racist than your red states. And let me tell you why. Because your liberal states like New York, New Jersey, from living out in New Jersey, I mean, to me, I'll pick NC over New Jersey. I'm just gonna be real with you on that, man, because it's the energy is just so, they're so condescending, and they're so fake progressive up north. It's not even funny. New York, New Jersey, especially New Jersey, and then you got Pennsylvania. Then you got bigotry out and all the way out in Massachusetts. States that I've been to. It's like, y'all gotta understand. No matter even if you go up from what I've been told out in Canada, from what I've been told and shown out in Europe, this is how them folks are. And no matter what you try to do, it's global. So my thing is, I'm not saying stay in America, but I'm going to say the anti-blackness is heavy, especially the colonizers, the Caucasians. This is how they are. And before you get upset at me, you need, instead of getting upset and defensive at me and say, well, that's not me, that doesn't help. You sound like the women that I criticize. Y'all act like a bunch of hoes. Oh, I ain't like that, but I'm still a misandry. But see, if I see misandry and I see man bashing and hatred for men, and you know how y'all call us bullet bags and, you know, bashers, make false allegations, false paternity fraud, false accusations of RAP and SA and proxy violence. Yeah, this is how you folks are. You act like a bunch of heifers. Because a lot of the heifer bullshit of feminism came from you folks. Welfare, hyena culture, women being a bunch of whores and hyenas came from y'all. You saying that I ain't like that does not help the situation. Because out of all them white T folks, somebody could have intervened. Now, let's just not necessarily. Now they said, "Oh, are you okay?" and all that stuff, but no, that's not what I'm talking about. That was more of, okay, maybe one of the workers wasn't aware of what was said. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. However, that's professionalism. My thing, none of them white T folks, they knew what they were doing, and look how they got on code, complicit to anti-blackness. Now, here's the thing: I respect the sister for just leaving. I respect that, because I've seen similar videos like this, and you black people just stay and take the disrespect. Both women and men. So it's refreshing that there is some sort of pride that I saw from that black woman over there. Because a lot of you Negroes will sit there and even on the job, just take the race and just deal with disrespect, because we got a bunch of fucking coons and self-haters that want to be accepted by them folks. Why do you want to be accepted by them folks? Oh, you know, that's how I got to be successful. That is a bunch of dumb shit. That's bullshit. Because if you take money out the question, you just want white T people to like you. I don't care about being liked. I treat y'all like women. I don't care. I don't give a damn about what these broads' opinions are. You know, especially if I ain't gonna. I don't even if I had the opportunity to clap cheeks. Y'all cooch ain't all that. Now, I'm speaking from a man's point of view. You women can say whatever. You know, I ain't with the dick. I ain't overrated. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, but see, the thing is, I'm not complaining. Men are not complaining. I'm not your man's man ain't complaining about how you heifers are, especially if they got their passport. And I'm not saying you can escape the bullshit, but hey, it's refreshing to see us as melanated people getting out of the plantation and seeing a different world. Not talking about a utopia, but just understanding that we can make our options no matter where we go.
Seconds after the customer leaves, a third customer in the waiting area asks,
Exactly. but I think it's something to do with reparations.
Once word spread about the incident, the shop's owner, Josh Doherty, posted the footage online to explain what happened. He quickly removed the post and his business's Facebook page after receiving fierce backlash. What did your staff member mean by "I know right" in response to that customer?
She was thinking the holiday had a whole nother meaning. She was
That's bullshit. But go ahead.
She was believing it had to do something with school letting out teenagers where the teeth came from it.
WRAL made several attempts to contact the woman seen walking out in the video, which has now been shared widely on social media. Her relatives told us she was unavailable for an interview. Several accounts have voiced support for the woman. "Thank you for standing up for us at that shop, love," said one commenter. "You did the right thing," said another. The shop owner says he's since taken steps to educate the employee and the rest of his staff about Juneteenth, a holiday which became a federal observance in June 2021, commemorating the end of slavery in the U.S.
Let me stop there. Slavery has never went nowhere because if you are a working class person, I want y'all to understand slavery has evolved into where we're in wage stagnation, paycheck to paycheck. I know people are going to get mad at me about this. Y'all got to understand the working class people, and this is what I don't understand about you white T folk. Y'all getting jammed up too. I see y'all out on the streets, even though I don't feel bad for y'all, because y'all have the audacity to be one paycheck away from being homeless, and y'all have the audacity to be racist towards black people, but you don't have no smoke for this government. Y'all talking bitch about it, but y'all ain't trying to overthrow no government, because anything that's in the interest of black people, you ain't gonna do it. I'm just gonna be real. Like I said before, y'all have this illusion of power. Just like I speak about the granocracy, y'all promote a lot of this toxic feminism and granocracy bullshit. And black people, and other groups, but my people, y'all have no pride, so you're gonna fall behind them, thinking that if we just be part of the system, things will be better. Stop trying. Look, that's not a warrior class mentality. But I will say this: this is the best nonviolent approach. This is more effective than you protesting and waving a sign and talking about our Black Lives Matter, our lives matter. This is more effective. And this is what I want you, the working class, to understand. All people. Because to me, this is bigger than what I'm playing right here. Is bigger than Juneteenth. Y'all gotta understand how the working class, the way we can barely live. We're struggling. While these people live high off the hog. Your entertainers are a distraction. And this is why they promote sports. This is why they promote all this vanity. To keep you distracted. But see, I gotta be mindful. Because a lot of you sheep don't want to hear this. Don't want to see this. What instead of you white T folk getting mad at or be feeling some type of way about black folk, why don't you feel how to have that same smoke for the government? Because the people who look like you, them wealthy people, don't give a damn about you. They don't give a damn about your well-being. I don't care if Trump was in office or Biden was in office. They don't give a damn. Even if they had Kamala Harris, they serve the same satanic, wicked-ass system that's controlled by wealthy people that we want to be like. Rich people. The working class got a lot of power, and we need to unify. And I know that's damn near impossible, because it's a power struggle for people that don't have power. You have privilege don't mean you have power. I understand that. But this is more effective than black people just complain, than black people, and this people period, complain about how wrong it is and all this other stuff. This is what you need to take. Use your wallet as a weapon.
doesn't really have a platform to say how much she apologizes for it and she wishes it never happened, but she tells me every day that, she wishes it didn't go down that way and she didn't know and she wishes she would have known what she knew now.
Doherty says he has reached out to the woman in the video to apologize.
And this, my friend, is the result of fucking around and finding out, okay? Now, I want to say, or a couple of things I want to say, not just one thing. We're not just going to put all the blame on I Know Right Girl. We're not going to put all the blame on her because we also were upset about the response in which saying exactly no one knows what the holiday is. It's just a holiday made for corporations. It's also something that we did not like. The news did not cover that part. There was no explanation for that response, but lack of education, lack of empathy, insensitivity, all of the above. But we're not just going to put all the blame on Shorty, okay, that was confused. We're also going to put blame on the person that decided to double down and continue to talk while she walked out the store. So, yeah. Another part that got me was this.
What did your staff member mean by I know right in response to that customer?
She was thinking the holiday had a whole nother meaning. She was believing it had to do something with school letting out teenagers where the teeth came from.
School's been out in your area since June 5th. So that excuse of her thinking that it's about teenagers being let out of school, I just find it funny that the tone in which you're speaking in the interview and the way that you're now empathizing about the situation and everything is totally different from the person, because you're the person that wrote this. You're the person that also posted the video. I don't understand why there's a flippant energy when discussing the situation. You were also the person that was still doubling down in the comment section of your Facebook post before you deleted it after you fucked around and found out. And I'm just so confused on the shift change, energy change, but we knew what was going to happen. We knew this fake apology was going to happen. And no, we're not going for it.
And I gotta commend, us. I'm very critical, and I can be, sometimes come across harsh on how my people should move. But this is got to be one of the best steps I've seen in a positive direction. And shout out to y'all for donating, being able to donate to help that young black man, out that was in high school, that was harassed and attacked by the racist twins, and he took one of them twins out, passed away, justified, and I support what he did as in form of self-defense. Just free. Let's keep pushing, and for people like Carmelo Anthony, because these folks think they can just push us around because they're so used to us being at their mercy. Nah. And the fact that y'all were mad that black people were funding, was making, try to fund Carmelo so he can have the best of the best attorneys and be able to move and have resources because he's and his family are, in a compromised state. However, this just proves my point. But see, y'all folks, y'all can just say some slick ass shit. And I bet y'all money, those same people at that auto shop, them caves, donated to that racist bitch out in Michigan, calling that young black kid autistic. It was a young black autistic child, the N-word, and trying to lay hands on him and accuse him of being a thief. And she not apologizing and threatening his life in line that he was trying to steal from her or some BS like that. I bet y'all donated money to her racist ass and try to protect her. So my thing is, I don't, allegedly, everything's alleged. Well, guess what? Since since racists want to support bigotry and anti-blackness, okay, then guess what? These are the consequences. So we're going to stand by challenging the anti-blackness and standing up to the system that you cannot make, that because as black people stop actually woke up in mass and say, we ain't fucking with the system, you as the working class YT folk, you better pick a side. Because y'all working class too. When your business goes down, them folks, especially your 45 to 47, he ain't gonna help you. You know what I'm saying? You fucked around and you found out.
You should have educated yourself in the moment when you were talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all were all king about it as if it was a small holiday just made up just because, But yeah, you fucked around and found out. I'm gonna enjoy my day. Y'all tell me your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you guys follow, like, and comment down below. And yeah, I'll